is Wednesday, January 22nd, 2025. Good morning and welcome to THG News Today with Mervin Hanley. I trust that you had yourselves a wonderful night's rest. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not subscribed yet to our YouTube's channel, I ask that you do so at this time. Thank you in advance for that. And if this is your first time here with us, we say welcome and please remember to subscribe. Let's begin the news for this morning out of St. Kitts and Nevis, in particular Nevis. And this is a WinFM report. And, after this WinFM report, I have something to say about this. So I will read this article from WinFM, and then I must comment on this because some things are just unacceptable. And if you're just joining us here for the first time, this is not just straight news. We do not just read the news. There are times when we just read the news and we leave it there. And there are other times when we'll give commentary on any particular subject. So this morning, I have to give commentary on this upcoming news story right after. So here goes from WinFM. Recent pictures of the basement of the Alexandra Hospital on Nevis circulated on social media highlighting concerns about mold infestation. However, the Ministry of Health Nevis confirmed that the areas previously occupied by labs, medical records, and physiotherapy services had been relocated. The Ministry of Health is aware of concerns raised by recent images circulating on social media showing the basement area of the Alexandra Hospital. We take this time to emphasize that the area pictured are not currently being utilized for services to patients or the public and are not occupied by the staff. The ministry prioritizes quality care to our people and has always done everything possible to protect the health and safety of staff, patients, and the general public. These images are a deliberate attempt to mislead the general public. The areas pictured previously hosted lab services, records, and physiotherapy. We reiterate that these areas are not occupied by staff and patients as we work to remediate the area. The Ministry of Health in Nevis said it sought the assistance of the Pan-American Health Organization PAHO, and the necessary measures to remedy the problem would be implemented following recommendations from the organization. The Ministry of Health has opted for a comprehensive long-term solution. And by the way, they spoke about PAHO. The report that PAHO gave, or when PAHO was in Nevis, was in November of 2024. Yeah? And so the press statement continues, "We have initiated a thorough investigation into the root causes of the issue, with the experts from the PAHO conducting a detailed analysis of the problem. This study was done since the latter quarter of 2024. PAHO worked in collaboration with our Environmental Health Department and are working together to provide us with a comprehensive strategy for addressing these concerns." The concerns of mold in government institutions on Nevis in recent years have not only raised health concerns, but also an unsettling feeling amongst a fraction of the populace, according to this WinFM report, who believe the greater attention should be given to work environments, such as proper maintenance and repairs where necessary. The Nevis Island Administration came under scrutiny for abandoning several public offices for years, with little to no work being done to address the concerns about mold infestation and some termite infestation. The places of concern include the former Water Department Billing Office, the former Premier's Ministry, the space which previously housed the Nevis Information Service, the former Charlestown Public Library, the High Court Registrar, and the Alexandra Hospital Dispensary, among others. There are also public concerns about the Nevis Housing and Land Development Corporation office space at Bath Plain, the Gingerland Public Library, the Gingerland Health Center and Dental Clinic, and the Charlestown Health Center, which have been left abandoned for years, leaving residents to wonder about the next step for those buildings. Yeah, that's the report from WinFM regarding the recent images that we have seen on social media. Now, I just want to say this, and it has come to a point now when it comes to my land of birth that I don't even get angry anymore. It's just sad some of the things that are taking place. It's just sad. And that anger has turned to sadness, really. And I pray every day, morning, noon, and night. I pray for the leader, and I pray for his government, and I pray for Nevis because I want to see them do well. Because if they do well, Nevis will prosper. And that's what I want to see. But the health and well-being of a nation's people should be its government's top priority. Yet on Nevis, the leaders have failed us miserably. The deplorable state of the healthcare facilities is a glaring example of incompetence, mismanagement, and misplaced priorities. For 8 long years, the hospital wing project, that hospital wing, the famous hospital wing, has dragged on at a cost of $30 million and counting with no end in sight. Now, an additional $12 million has been allocated in the 2025 budget for a facility that is clearly unfit for purpose. Now, how much longer will Nevisians tolerate this absurdity? The government's response to public outrage has only made matters worse. And instead of owing up to their failures, they have launched attacks on the opposition and accused the opposition of spreading lies. Lies? Lies? Let us set the record straight. The mold in the hospital, that is a fact. Even their own press statements have acknowledged this. So the maliciousness they speak of lies not in the opposition's concerns, but in the government's blatant disregard for transparency and accountability. Now, if those shocking images of mold-infested areas hadn't surfaced on social media, the public would likely still be in the dark. But those images, though, disturbing, and they shone a much-needed light on the appalling conditions of a facility that is supposed to protect lives, not endanger them. And let's be clear, mold is no trivial issue. It spreads, it sickens, it kills. So the excuse that we don't use that area anymore, so it's fine. It is unacceptable, insulting, and indicative of a government that has no regard for the lives of its citizens. This is healthcare we're talking about, the cornerstone of any society. So how can a government look its people in the eye and claim to care about well-being when they've allowed such conditions to persist? The entire situation is a scandal of epic proportions. 8 years to build a hospital wing, 8 years and $30 million gone with no functioning facility to show for it? Where has all this money gone? What do Nevisians have to show for their hard-earned tax dollars? And now we're expected to accept that another $12 million will be poured into the black hole. No right-thinking citizen can believe that this is acceptable. It is not only unfair, it is an outright betrayal of the people's trust. The excuses and the delays have piled up, but the reality remains unchanged. The hospital and the wing project are no longer fit for purpose. This government has royally screwed up at every turn, and their failures are putting lives at risk when it comes to this hospital project. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's not forget what's at stake here. These aren't just about buildings or budgets. This is about the health and safety of Nevisians. The mold in our hospital isn't just a symbol of neglect. It's a literal threat to human life. And yet, what have we seen from our leaders, especially that junior minister of health? Defensiveness, deflection, and attacks on those who dare to speak the truth. What we haven't seen is accountability. And what we haven't seen is a concrete plan to fix this mess. So instead of addressing the root of the problem, this government has chosen to lash out at the opposition, accusing them of being malicious. But the truth is, plain to see, this administration has failed, and failed miserably. The time has come for action, and I believe that apologies aren't enough anymore. The only way forward is for this government to just step aside. Step aside and let the people decide their fate. This is not about you anymore. You have lost all popularity. The people have lost confidence in you. And I know you don't feel good. You can't feel good. So just let the people decide. Just let them decide. If they re-elect you, fine. We like to say that the voice of the people is the voice of God, then so be it. But just let the people decide. Call the election. That's the solution. Let the people of Nevis choose leaders who will prioritize their health, their safety, and well-being over political games and excuses. This isn't just about even the mold of the hospital or the millions of dollars wasted. It's about the principle of good governance. Nevisians deserve better healthcare. Nevisians deserve better accountability. Nevisians deserve better leadership. And when I speak about leadership, I am not only speaking about the premier, I am speaking about the entire leadership in cabinet. Those who are decision makers for the future of Nevis. It's time to end this fiasco. Start from scratch with a healthcare system we can be proud of and put the needs of the people first. Enough is enough. And I'll end it here for today because my plan was to just do the news and speak for 2 minutes, but you know when you're passionate about something and you just feel like you can just go on and go on and go on. And I had other news stories, and I can't present them to you because we're already over time. But enough is enough. And the people have to rise up. You can't be timid anymore. There's nothing to be timid of. Just rise up. This is about your future. This is about your health, of not just for you, but for your loved ones, for your children, because you may end up at that hospital. Come on. Do join me again tomorrow morning. No, not tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Do join me again on Friday. Friday, we're here for another similar presentation. On Friday, I'll present more news stories to you, okay? I am Mervin Hanley. Enjoy the rest of your day.
They have power and authority. They don't give a damn about nobody. Prostituting the island to all and sundry. They peddling my people's right. Exploiting, oppressing, less freedom, more suffering. I wonder how we survive.
Nevis, satisfy your sweet tooth at Feaser's, the cozy spot in Charlestown, known for its mouth-watering ice cream and dal parade. We are open Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Come in and sample our patties, sandwiches, air-fried wings with fries, hot dogs, rotis, and now our famous smoothies, in all flavors of course. And don't forget to try the famous bus-up shut and saltfish. It's Feaser's, located at the entrance to the Cotton Ginnery Mall in Charlestown, Nevis. They're also available by phone, so place your order by calling 1-869-665-2458. Don't ask about the rest, just try the best.